Welcome back to the Gauntlet of Greatness. Last match of the regular season, it's going to be Delver versus Callblade. This Group D has really turned into the group of death in my mind. I think the Delver deck was just underseeded at a 3, and I mean, this Callblade deck is the 2 seed in this group. It's a Jace the Mind Sculptor deck. Callblade did lose to Necro, which is kind of how I thought that matchup was going to go. But now, if the Delver deck beat Necro, so Delver can actually run the table. If Delver wins this match, it is 3-0 number 1 seed, coming off the 3 seed line. Yeah, may have underseeded it. If Callblade loses this match, it's out of the playoffs. It does not make the top 8, and the group ends cleanly with Delver first and Necro second. Anyway, yeah, Callblade is one of the most bestest, scariest decks in the history of Standard, but it has to win here just to force a playoff, send this group into a 3-way tie. Stoneforge Mystic, obviously ridiculous. Jace, obviously ridiculous, but got to play the games. Delver is super fast and super efficient, and I don't know what's going to happen here, but I'm definitely curious. Here's the Delver deck, right? Resto Angels, get some Phyrexian free spells, the Geist, and then just a whole pile of blue cards. Snapcaster down the bottom, Delver up at the top. Going to be interesting. Different eras of Standard. These decks sort of almost overlapped in Standard, but not quite. I'm going to play the Callblade side. I don't think I've actually played Callblade yet this season, so let's see what happens. Definitely want to play first. What does this draw do? I mean, it looks solid but unspectacular. Alright, land, preordain. I guess I've got to dismember, so I can kill an early Delver. It's probably a keeper. I mean, it doesn't have a Jace or a Stoneforge. But, can't have everything, right? I have 2 preordains to go looking. Yep, there's the turn 1 Delver. And I wonder if I just kill that before it gets a chance to flip. Let's see what we find. Yeah, these Spell Pierces do not seem particularly good against him. I mean, he's got a bunch of non-creature spells, but they aren't the important ones, you know? And, like, leaving mana up is not how I'm going to win this matchup. I'm going to go bottom. Yeah, and I think I just want to get that thing off the board. I mean, Delver's going to hit hard. I'm going to have to wind up killing it. I don't have a Squadron Hawk either. If I had a couple Squadron Hawks, so that might have been different. Now, if he's doing nothing, that has to just favor me in the long run. There's a Stoneforge mistake. Keep the Stoneforge, right? I don't know that I want to do it into Mana Leak mana. Interesting. I don't really want to do anything into Mana Leak mana. I think I'll just get this Colonnade down for now. Cloud Scour's fine. Oh, Moorland Haunt. That's annoying. That forces me to do stuff, doesn't it? I can wait 1 turn, though. Oh, interesting. I could... I'm not going to play Stoneforge Mystic. I'm probably going to do it next turn. But, like, I can just run this Sword of Feast and Famine out, right? I'm going to have to slog through his Mana Leak eventually, and it doesn't actually do all that much in this matchup. Yeah, I don't think it's a catastrophe if I get this Mana Leaked. And then I slog my way through the Mana Leak, so... Let's see what he does here. And then again, I don't have a creature, so he may just allow it. Yeah. Wasn't sure what I wanted to have happen there, but I knew I did not want to just not tap my lands. Cool. Oh, Tech Edge. That's pretty good. Guess I go ahead and play the Tech Edge. Sure. Yeah, I don't know what he does here. Mystic seems pretty good. I mean, he's got like Vapor Snags and things like that in his deck, which are really bad against Stoneforge Mystic. Sweet. What do you think? Should we get the Batter Skull? Think we should. Yes. And I think we want to get a Batter Skull. Now what? I can Tech Edge a Moreland Haunt. I think I like my mana right now, though. I mean, if any more creatures head to his graveyard. Oh, Restoration Angel. Interesting. Not a whole lot I can do about that. Oh, I can Tech Edge his Moreland Haunt before he makes a flyer? It's probably the right answer. 2 more lands in my hand? Yeah, let's get rid of Moreland Haunt. Yeah, he's got numbers of mana. But, yeah, keeping him off utility seems valuable. Okay. I might play an untapped land in case he bounces my thing. Then I'll have the 3 mana to pick it up. That's not gonna happen. Let's just get Colony down while we can. Plus I have Into the Royal up. Yeah. Okay. That is not an insignificant clock when combined with the Dismember. I do get to start attacking with Batterskull, but 6 beats 4. Oh, that's annoying. I can't do anything about that. Yeah, my hand doesn't do anything. What does he get back? Oh, is he just Thought Scouring? Oh, Pondering, sure. I mean, these Celestial Colonnades are now ready to block, right? Next turn, I'll have the 5 to block. The problem is I know he plays Vapor Snag. That helps. Yeah, if he's going to snag here, I've got the leak. And I still have Into the Royal up, too. Although now Into the Bouncing Resto Angel gives him Snapcaster value. Tricky. I think he's, yeah, he can Snapcaster Vapor Snag. I don't really want to do that. Ugh. Yeah, if I bounce the Restoration Angel, you can replay it, flicker the Snapcaster, and get the Vapor Snag. That's all really bad for me. Jace. Okay. Feel good gaining enough life to be up at our range. Now, if he had a Vapor Snag, he would have hit the Germ Token already. So I feel like I'm going to be able to block the Celestial Colonnade, which means I'm not playing Jace because I have plans for my mana. Well, see what happens. Do I just get to block? Cool. Yeah, I mean, I had Into the Royal up the whole time, so. He's just kind of flooded, isn't he? Wow, I could actually throw a Colonnade attack in theory, but I think playing defense is better. Now, 1, 2, 3. Give me 1, 2. It's not enough to activate Colonnade. Yeah, I'll just keep playing defense and attacking with Germ Token. I mean, he'll leave his back. Next turn, he's sort of forced to block, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I should have activated an attack there. Not sure. Okay. Here's what I got. I get this Into the Royal that I don't want to point at any of your creatures because they have Flash and comes into play abilities that are good. I mean, at 10 life, yeah, I feel like I can attack. Sure. I mean, I knew this could happen. And it's definitely annoying. But there wasn't a whole lot I could do about it. Interesting. Now, yeah, Vapor Snag. I did not top check a Mana Leak, much as I might have liked to. That just works. So I could spend my 3 mana picking up the Batterskull, but I would not be able to put it back into play. Just kind of the drawback of attacking. So, Jace it is. He's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 power. If he Runechanter's Pikes, if he goes Runechanter's Pike equip, I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, I die exactly if he goes Runechanter's Pike equip. I don't like the idea of dying. I mean, I would like to have this Jason play, but I really don't like the idea of dying to Runechanter's Pike. And it's not like I'm not going to use the mana. I am going to use the mana. I'm going to return the Batterskull. Alright, no Jace. Why did Runeshader's Pike have to be lethal? Oh, right. I can't actually block with Stoneforge, can I? How is he going to not die to the Celestial Colony? I'll figure that out later. I'm taking 5. Hmm. So, yeah, I can activate a Colonnade, attack with it, and still have the ability to survive a Restoration Angel attack. Vapor Snag is annoying. Vapor Snag might actually kill me. Oh, if I attack and he Vapor Snags the Colonnade, then I've into the Royal. And I have Stone... yeah, I can both Stoneforge for Batterskull and also into the Royal. You got something? He has the Vapor Snag. So annoying. Mm. Why does that have to be so good? Yeah, this Dismember is a problem. I can't do the Dismember. I can use the mana for the Colonnade before I pick it up to put the Batterskull into play, which defends me against the Snapcaster mages. And I'm just going to have to use Into the Royal and the Resto Angel, which is annoying because it gives him the ability to flicker Snapcaster for this very Vapor Snag I'm worried about. But all this is better than dying. Okay, this became a really weird game. Yeah, I've died a mana leak. Died to lots of things. Wow. GG Delver. I don't know what I did wrong. GG Delver. I couldn't have got the Batterskull into play any faster. I couldn't have... I mean, I could have attacked with that Colonnade on that one turn, but, I mean, a lot of this plays out the same anyway. And besides, he suicided a Resto Angel into my Colonnade on defense. So, I mean, this is all despite the fact that he just, like, forgot about the fact that I can make a Colonnade mid-combat. And then he wins anyway. Yeah, good job. Hats off to you. We never saw Callblade, never saw Jace, but, I mean, he beat Stoneforge for Batterskull, and he just beat it legit. I couldn't, Snapcasters and Resto Angels are pretty good, even if the thing flashing back is just a silly Vapor Snag. Alright, Consecrated Sphinx seems good in a matchup that seems like it will go slow. Condemn seems good. Get your creatures out. Is Oust good? I mean, Divine Offering only kills the Runechanter's Pike? That doesn't sound great. Sun Titan? It's okay. Yeah, I don't think I like these Spell Pierces. Maybe they're okay? 2 Dismembers, but not 4. I don't know. Dismember does kill an angel, but it's expensive. Oh, I mean, the Into the Royals are quite bad. His creatures are just bad things to bounce. So I definitely don't want those. And then it's a question of, do I want 1 Divine Offering for a Runechanter's Pike? Do I think I can deal with all his creatures? Do I want a Day of Judgment? Doesn't sound great. think maybe one Divine Offering. And I guess the Spell Pierce is if I just trade cards, I'm the one who has Jace to draw extra cards, right? Sure. Land, Squadron Hawk, Baby Jace, good. Definitely a keeper. It's got to be Colonnade on the first turn. Means I don't get to preordain for a couple of turns, but I don't get to Spell Pierce. But I mean, he's not going to play anything on the first turn that I need or want to Spell Pierce probably. Yep, that's what I got. Did I worry too much about that Rune Chanter's Pike on that one turn that I was dead to? I don't know. I like the little the graveyard they've got, the way they've got the graveyard now. The preview the first couple of cards, you don't have to open it to see when it's a small number. That seems just strictly better. And then just start Squadron Hawking him, right? What else am I going to do? I'm going to preordain and leave up Spell Pierce? I think I just get a couple Squadron Hawks. Pike seems good in that deck, but doesn't do anything until he has creatures. Oh, nice. So this has got to be preordained, looking for lands, leave up Mana Leak, right? Wow, those are lands. I don't want colored mana though. Weird. I mean, I'm not picking him off of colors. I think I'm going to bottom one and top the other because I want to make sure I hit my land drop next turn, but I also want to kind of dig toward colored mana sources. And I think leaving up Mana Leak is better than summoning another Squadron Hawk. Or Jace, for that matter. I just got to keep him off creatures, especially Geist. Yeah, especially that one. Squadron Hawk with Spell Pierce up or Jace? Assume it's Jace. Less than ideal, but I didn't have anything to counter it. That's why I don't love the Spell Pierces in this matchup, because all the things I actually want to counter are creatures. That said, I don't know. Sideboard felt like didn't have a ton. Yeah, I feel like I'm content to just trade it for a card. Should have played my lands better that turn. Could have played the Glacial Fortress instead of the Seachrome Coast and been piercing this Ponder. It's totally what I should have done. else am I doing? Third Squadron Hawk? I mean, this is just a beating. They're at +2 in first strike. He's gonna have 3 or 4 power first strikers. That's all just very annoying. Just a race? Good grief. I think I do. Does the Delver flip? Yeah, of course the Delver flips. And now I've drawn all 3 of my Spell Pierces that I all had in my sideboard and then didn't. I don't know why I talked myself back into those. And now he has 4 lands and they don't counter anything. Sorry, Callblade deck. I tried. This guy is just too good. Huh. He has Vapor Snag, I guess? Why did he not? He doesn't care about Jace. He's just attacking me. I don't want to double block and get completely blown out by Vapor Snag, which I, by the way, can't Spell Pierce. I'll just line this one up. What's he spending his mana on? He doesn't want to activate Runechanger's Pike. Geist, which... Sigh. Man, this roll just did not work out, did it? I can give each of us a card. And keep my Jace. I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. Ironic. Finally, something I can trade. Card for a card. All it does is make the Runechanter's Pike better. Yup. Oh. If I don't block the Geist, then I'm taking 10 down to 7. I can't not block the Geist. I can't kill it because it's got first strike. I think I have to try to kill the Delver and just risk getting blown out by Vapor Snag. Okay. I can live with that. Get rid of your Moorland Haunt. Huh. Yeah, this matchup just seems hard. These creatures are just so much faster than mine. mean, my draws haven't been great, but I mean, the matchup also seems annoying. Anything? Deck? Yeah, these just don't help. Ugh. What am I doing about this Geist? I have to take 11 next turn. I have nothing going on. Just desperately digging for something. I mean, maybe a Stoneforge Mystic gets me back into this. It's gotta be quick, though, whatever it is. Wow. Where were you a million years ago, right? I'm dead in 2 attacks, and I got nothing. A little late. I can't imagine what he's going to find that's actually going to help me. Hexproof on the Geist, of course. Wow. Bye-bye Callblade. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Bye-bye Callblade.
Bye-bye Callblade.
You just smushed me.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
the technical term for it. You smushed me.
that is the technical term. I love this deck so much. Delver is my favorite deck of all the ones that we have.
Yeah, wow. I mean, I was talking in the second game. I wanted to sideboard out my Spell Pierces. I had 2 Spell Pierces stuck in my hand at the end of the game where it's like, all of your spells that you have that I care about are creatures. I can't counter those, and I don't know, but it just nothing worked. I mean, the matchup just felt really hard, really good for you.
Yeah, no, it felt really easy. I walked into the mana leak that I didn't see. I obviously should have saved the probe for the beginning of that turn to see what would happen.
Maybe.
But
And then
ultimately,
you suicided
even
the Resto Angel in the first game. That was, you just missed my Colonnade.
I needed to do more damage. Like I just had to keep doing damage. I
Okay,
was
so you
willing
were
to give
just
up
like,
one.
I'll sacrifice the Resto Angel for 3 damage, essentially.
That's exactly it. And then my Ponder found just it was just beautiful.
Yeah.
My Ponder found Gitaxian Probe, Vapor Snag, and the Snapcaster Mage. So I thought that I should be able to beat you with that.
The second Vapor Snag.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. Well played. Hats off
Yeah,
to the Delver
good game.
deck. Delver deck is through as the #1 seed, and somehow a Jace the Mind Sculptor deck is out of the tournament already.
That card's no good. That card's no good.
Jace the Mind Sculptor. Well, there's another Jace the Mind Sculptor deck that's through. The Mythic deck is a 1 seed. But yeah, Callblade not through.
Yeah.
Not relegated, but not through. Group ends clean. Delver first and Necro second, Callblade third. I really feel like this is the group of death. This had to be the hardest group.
Yeah, but it's still clean, much unlike our last group, which is just ugly and has about 50 tiebreakers coming up.
I don't know. Maybe the group where Affinity went 1-2 is also kind of deathy. I guess this is what happens.
Didn't that have Rebels? Like
into the playoffs somehow as the upset winner.
Okay,
Rebels and Delver are just were not. I don't know. I think Delver had underseeded. Rebels, I think Rebels got a little lucky. But
yeah.
Also, just better deck than people think. I guess this is what happens. You get the best standard decks of all time together, and you know what? They're the best standard decks because they're all good. All right, well, good games. Well played.
Good
Delver,
games.
and hats off to Delver. Delver wins the group. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. See if Delver can keep it up. Meanwhile, see you guys next time.